So Barry, what should a landowner discuss with their chosen solicitor, someone like yourself, before they start introducing and meeting buyers who may be interested in putting a bid forward for their land?
Well, I think the landowner really needs to think ahead and plan ahead and get their ducks lined up in order so that when the solicitor is instructed to send out a contract, everything is there ready and the solicitor can send out a pack in one go rather than have to send documents and other information out in dribs and drabs, which slows the transaction down. You can send it out in a single pack, then you're in a better position to put pressure on the buyer to move quickly and move towards exchange. So really, before instructing a solicitor and before introducing buyers, a seller ought to make sure they know where their title deeds are and all the relevant documents, identify any that are lost and tell the solicitor, and then identify any other issues a solicitor will need to know during the course of the transaction. So for example, if there are any problems with the site, I'm talking about from a solicitor's point of view, legal problems such as there are restrictive covenants, there's a right-of-way issue because the access is over a private road and there's no legal right to use it, whether there have been any disputes, any notices received, any planning issues, all that sort of thing which a solicitor should be alerted to before they kick off and issue documents to the buyer's solicitor so they know what the problems are going to be well ahead of the game.
That's a very good point, and I've actually had discussions recently with a landowner who's been through a similar sort of scenario where they were very far into the process before they started having in-depth conversations with their solicitor about putting the pack together, and a few things came up that they actually were pretty major stumbling blocks. Right. Do you meet a lot of individuals, landowners or family members who perhaps are leaving it quite late into the process, so they're meeting the buyers, they're having discussions, they're almost presenting the opportunity, and then they're starting to have more in-depth
Well, that's right. I think that the landowner should be instructing solicitors on starting to talk to their solicitors at an earlier stage rather than a later stage. I mean, many times I'm only instructed when the deal's been agreed. And the first I know about it is a phone call followed half an hour later by heads of terms from the agent. Yeah. And the heads of terms often contain points and issues which I would like to have been involved in earlier on.
Yeah. Probably can present much better to the landowner's perspective.
To use a cliche, forewarned is forearmed. Yeah. And I think that's very applicable in this case.
Very interesting, thank you.